Good morning, everyone. I'm Catherine Ross at TheStreet. I'm here at the NYSE with Jim Cramer. Jim, how are you?
I am good, but I don't know. I don't see my wife lately. She and Michelle Ewan, who's our unbelievable chef at Longshoreman. Michelle really is the captain. My wife told me, look, go do something this weekend. I'm going to be busy running the bar and being the general manager. So I would tell you, good when it comes to the stock market, but bad when it comes to seeing my wife. She's too busy.
Are you going to head back to the ESPN?
No, that was a one and done. I wish if they asked me back to ESPN, they would, but I've got a Sunday night game for the Eagles against the Cowboys, and I'm going to that with my friend
against
Stephanie
my
Lee.
team.
Yes. Well, they're America's team, frankly. And what I find amazing is that the Sunday night football games have been the highest rated shows of all. I mean, like, football's back, and that's one of the reasons why we keep looking at Constellation for action alerts, because constantly what's happened is, and I've got this from Rob Sands, the CEO of Constellation, outgoing, that the NFL being back has helped. The ratings have been going down. If you were advertising, it didn't help. But they've got a great Tony Romo ad that is resonating, and Modelo and Corona having a very, very good fall. So keep that in mind.
And not only is football back, but esports is just up there with football now.
Yes, and but can I just tell you, I have Strauss Zelnick one for Take-Two. Red Dead Redemption sold $750 million worth. This is the greatest entertainment weekend in history. They're connected with esports, and the stock is reversed and is down. And I'm going to find out why that is tonight when I talk to Strauss, because this group has suddenly gotten a bearish tinge to it. Activision Blizzard all the way down the 60s, and where we go after a nice trade. So I got to dig down about why that is, since we know, not being facetious, the millennials love these games, but the stocks, EA was in a bear market, Activision Blizzard, I thought that money was going toward Take-Two. I've got to do some more, well, obviously I'm going to talk to Strauss tonight as CEO, but that group's not acting.
I'm going to be really interested to see what Strauss has to say. I mean, I got the Take-Two earnings last night in my inbox, and one of the things that was really key to me was the fact that Red Dead Redemption has already sold more copies in 8 days than they sold Red Dead, like the original Red Dead,
yes,
in 8 years.
And the other thing is, by the way, Grand Theft Auto 5 was still bigger in terms of launch. Think about the money that you make and amortize for Grand Theft. So every time Take-Two's been down, it's been a buy. So let's keep that in mind.
I also want to talk to you about cannabis, because, woo, those cannabis stocks are taking off.
I made quite a good trade, and there was a trade on Twitter. I had that one. Here's the problem with cannabis. You have these runs, and let's say you're talking about cannabis. The stock will be, say, at 41, and I'll say buy it, and then buyers will come in at 44. No, these are quick trading stocks. Now, I typically, that's why I went on Twitter. It's just a trade. But I do think longer term, I'm going to reiterate my view. They're all going to go lower, and Canopy is the only one that's got the staying power, and that's the one to buy if you want to own a pot stock. Now, a lot of this, by the way, was just because Sessions was so opposed. But what we're focused on Mad Money, is the farm bill that we now think is going to pass, which is that Senator McConnell wants, and his state's the biggest hemp producer, and hemp CBD is legal, but everyone's afraid of it. Like, there's my friend Deb Borchardt, there's the market report about pot. She gave out CBD soap. Okay, it was hemp soap, and you can get hemp tincture, and hemp tincture is very good for sleeping. All right, kind of like melatonin. All right, melatonin is actually more powerful, and this is going to be nationwide. It's kind of technically legal, but people are scared because a lot of times there's a little bit of THC in CBD, but not for hemp. So without Sessions, I think people are going to be, the CBD is going to be for sale everywhere. And the reason I mention this is because at our teach-in, we happen to have someone who sells CBD oil legal, and I picked some up, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, I picked some up too.
It's fantastic.
Our entire video team said that they liked the CBD oil, and that's great.
It's great. I've used it, the legal stuff that he gave me, one drop on your tongue, and you fall asleep. And I had been historically trying, Xanax prescription, Klonopin prescription, because I need to stay asleep. My problem, like people say, Jim, what are you doing up at 3 o'clock? Why are you doing? They don't understand. I fall asleep, but I can't stay asleep. And what happens is if I can use a drop of CBD, I can stay asleep for maybe 4 hours. It's a big deal for me.
That is pretty big.
Yeah.
So,
No hangover.
No hangover. That's huge.
Right. And that's, again, the legal stuff that we had at our teaching, which was such a good teaching. Did they ever? They put those clips up, right?
Yes, they did,
Oh
and
my
it
God,
was, and you can see it. It's great. You had some great interviews.
Yeah, it was so good. And my favorite was Bruce Linton from Cannabis, and which, again, I reiterate, the constellation one day, like Bruce Linton said, half their market cap could end up being Cannabis. That's how strongly I feel. But the other ones I feel strongly, equally strongly, you should have known.
All right, I've got a member, well, not a member question. Sorry, that's for Action Alerts
Yeah,
Plus. I have a question for our Ask Jim segment.
Oh, okay.
And Jonathan is wondering if it's time to throw in the towel on COTY.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would rank them Estee Lauder number 1 to play that group, okay? And then secondly, I would play it with Ulta. And then I really don't care about anything else. A lot of people are playing JCPenney because they have, they have the makeup company that you would use, Sephora, inside. But no, you have to be. I mean, I would even go so brave as to say go long Estee Lauder, go short Coty, even down here. Coty's conference school is horrible. Ulta's really good. Estee Lauder's the best. That was a great. Fabrizio Freda was a tutorial in how to run a conference call. EL. Get that conference call. If you want to learn how to read a conference call, use that as your primer because it's laid out perfectly for you. Fabrizio's brilliant. He's just one of the great executives of our time.
I really want to talk to you about Disney. We're going to hold it for Action Alerts
Yeah,
Plus.
let's do that.
Because it's, first of all, the real money stock of the day, and second of all, they announced earnings tonight.
Yes, at the close, and Bob Iger will be on CNBC, and I've got some proprietary comments that we'll save for the ActionAlertsPlus.com video, the club video. We have more people signing up for the club than any time since I started the club. So
that's so great to hear.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Jim, thank you for all of your insight. Have a great day.